Okay, Heaven's official blessing. I go through all this effort to research whether you meet the category of the month, and then your videos are not available on Funimation for whatever reason. But hey, there's an English dub coming! Good for you! I'll just move on to what would have been next week's episode, the day I became a god. But boy, does that blow a hole in my plans for next week. Maybe the problem will solve itself. Maybe I'll go back into the vault for our old romance series. Maybe I'll just do Love Live Nijisaki High School Idol Club. Who knows? Let's just get to the topic of today and review that mess that is The Day I Became a God. The Day I Became a God is about Yota who meets Hina, a girl who claims to be a god using the name Odin. She tells him that the world will end in 30 days and that he should do anything he needs to do to make peace with life. Yoda's obviously like, yeah, right, the world isn't going to end. But after a string of events where Hina correctly predicts the future, he's starting to believe her. These predictions range from it randomly raining, to the result of a horse race, to that his parents will let her stay with him. So of course, there's the mystery of whether she's a god, or is there a logical reason behind her ability to predict the future. But I will put it off, much like the series does, until about 2/3 throughout the series. No, we must have summer hijinks, where Yota, with the help of Hina, do a thing or assist a friend, so we can have a group to tell the protagonist to believe in himself during the final act. This includes turning around a struggling ramen shop, winning a mahjong tournament without even knowing how to play mahjong, going to a summer festival, and shooting a homemade movie. But then we shift from those comedic slices of life moments to a more melodramatic moment, where we learn Hina's past, that she was a girl with a terminal condition that causes her brain to deteriorate and eventually make her brain dead. But her grandfather, being the resourceful scientist he was, figured out a way to stop this by installing a chip in her head that will help her brain be a brain, while also allowing her to do super complex computations that will allow her to predict the future. But the government's like, uh-oh, a 12-year-old with a supercomputer chip is just too much of a threat. We need to confiscate that chip ASAP, leaving her without the memories from the summer, and in the same condition she was before the chip was installed, leaving Yota on a chase to track her down and figure out a way for her to remember him and the memories from the summer. But let's break down some of the issues the series has. First off, it's just a mess of a plot. The tone shifts happen very abruptly as we go from lighthearted affairs to melodrama almost immediately, with the only connection being established 2/3 in. I believe after establishing the group trying to track down Hina, more time needed to be spent on hinting at what the connection was, as well as establishing a motive for the group into why they're following this case at all. Maybe establish Hina's chip is inadvertently breaking into top secret databases. This could give them a motive and establish a stronger reason for the governments to see her as a threat. Secondly, even inside the two arcs, there's inconsistent writing as well. It establishes very early on that Yota is attracted to Kyoko, a childhood friend. A lot of the weird things Yota and Hina do is to impress Kyoko, so that she will accept Yoko's feelings. But here's the issue. We didn't get to the episode dedicated to Kyoko's past and the issues she's having, and tasked our hero to solve the family issues. But Hina has to spell out a lot of this to Yota, who has both known her longer and established to have feelings for her, and he couldn't figure out any of this? That makes Yota seem like a dick. Like, am I nuts? Rhetorical question. But I think that creates some questions when you think about it, which casts Yoda's relationship with Kyoko in a poor light. That's not all either. Like, in the later parts where he's in the building where Hina is being held, he can't get through his dumb head that he needs to change his interaction with Hina as she is super sensitive to sound. And he can't just yell at her and shake her like, be better! Again, a bit of a dick move. Lastly, age issues plague this series. Hina is canonically 12. Yoda's about to go into college, and falling in love with her is a yikes. Also, the lady that ran the mahjong tournament also falls in love with Yota, and that's a crime. And the characters berate Yota for not sleeping with her, like, hello? Also, in the festival episode where Yota's hanging out with Kyoko, Hina gets mad that no one wants to hang out with her, so she's like, and I quote, decides to go to random people at the festival and say that they are a lolicon and her lolliness makes her irresistible to them. I don't have a big enough EX for that one. Also, the resolution to getting her memories back just isn't good. Like, Yota spends 2 weeks trying to do it, and not doing a great job at it anyway, but he's eventually caught and escorted out. Hina's then like, no, I want Yota after all this time. Sure. Who cares that she could literally say this at any time, like Yota wasn't doing magic in his attempt to get her memories back? But no, it took someone saying, say goodbye to Yota to jog those memories. But are there any positives? Yeah, the series is definitely very artistic in design. The hacking sequence definitely comes to mind, even if it feels super out of place in the series. There's also a couple of parts of the story that I feel are decent, such as the finale of the Kyoko story, and some of the absurdness of the ramen restaurant story. But the issues in the series easily outweigh these positives. I assume the series is just trying to go for the whole, it's so sad, can we get 50 likes? That seems to be scriptwriter Jun Maeda's comfort zone. But unfortunately, it just did not land for me. Too many gears don't line up, and I don't see a reason to watch this series over others in the genre.